Hey, welcome back to another episode of ChatterBeans. Today's episode is a deep dive into identity, creativity, and the places that shape us. I'm joined by the wonderful Carolyn Chan, a designer who's lived in Hong Kong, worked in Japan, and now calls Vancouver home. We talk about how moving across cultures influenced her creative work, how she broke into design without a formal background, and what it really means to build a life and a business on your own terms. For anyone piecing together where they belong, creatively or culturally, this one hits home. Let's get into it. This is ChatterBeans with Carolyn Chan. Carolyn, welcome to ChatterBeans.
Thank you for having me.
You're so welcome. I'm so pleased that we could get to talk and make this happen. We've known each other a good few years now, and we first met in Hong Kong because you are Oscar's best friend. But we've also seen each other in London and in Canada. So why don't you tell us a bit about you, what life looks like, what you do, and where you are?
I'm currently based in Vancouver, Canada. I'm a brand and web designer. I do design for a living. I've also freelance full time, and I was actually doing something else before this. I was actually in Japan. I worked there for around 4 years, and also in a different sector actually. And then I pretty much self-taught myself design and code, and I'm now doing this. And I've also moved back to Canada.
That's
Yeah.
crazy. You've done so much, and I forgot
Yeah.
about Japan because we just had a little pre-chat.
Yeah.
But yeah, and you are the face behind ChatterBeans branding and the logo,
Hmm.
which is even more exciting that I could get you on here because yeah, I asked you to do all of that and it's amazing and people recognize it now. So
Hmm.
where did that passion for design and all of this stuff that you're doing, because you're doing a lot now, where did that come from?
Um, I think I've always really liked art. Back when I was a kid, like I was very artsy. I wasn't very athletic. I still am not very athletic. I'm yeah, a lot more um artistic and musical, I think, ever since I was a kid. And yeah, I really liked drawing, and I've actually taken art classes outside of school actually, all the way up till maybe when I was in like grade 5 or 6. So I've been drawing for a very long time. And then I actually wanted to get into art school. I've made this request actually to my parents, I think, a couple times throughout my teenage years, but you know, Asian parents being Asian parents. So yeah, that didn't work out. And yeah, but like I think when I really didn't like my previous job, like I was just like, oh, maybe like since I didn't like my previous job, I should just try something new. And I just went full in, and then I started learning, all the different apps and stuff, and then kind of just worked out.
Yeah. And now you're doing loads of different things. So on your Instagram, there's lots of little brands and designs that you're doing. Where does the inspiration come from? Because you've got quite a unique style, I think.
Oh, where does the inspiration come from? I think I do my best to not be limited by like a single style. And I'm not sure because I feel like there are a lot of people that do say that, oh, it's better to niche down and have a specific style
Yeah.
or have work with a specific industry. But I enjoy working with an array of businesses. So I do my best to not be boxed in by like trends and stuff like that. And I'm just inspired by everything, I think. Like, I find beauty in a lot of things, and I'm like always on Pinterest and Instagram, and I'm inspired all the time, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. Definitely
Mhm.
Pinterest is something that we used, didn't we, during that process.
Yeah.
So imagine so you're obviously freelance, you're trying to put yourself out there mainly in Canada or all over?
All over. I think right now I have clients all over. Well, mainly in NA, some from Hong Kong as well as Australia.
Wow, nice. And what would that process look like? So if someone was to contact you, they want some design, they want some branding. I've actually put your name out there a few times to a few people. What does that process look like?
So usually I'll hop on a discovery call first and we'll try to see if we vibe, if I can give them what they're looking for, and also try to scope out how big the project would be. Like if they're only looking for branding work, if they're looking for other collaterals like social media templates, pitch deck designs, websites, right? So I'll really dig deep into what they're looking for, where, in which stage their business is at, stuff like that. And after the call, I'll share with them a proposal with what my with how with processes and what my packages include. And once they've gone through that, if they have any questions, they'll come back to me. Or if they're like, "Oh, can we like adjust the pricing a little bit?" I'm happy to do that. So we'll have that, and then we'll do all the admin logistic stuff, so contracts, and then I'll have them onboarded to my client portal, and then we'll kickstart the project from there. So all the design stuff, all the strategy, mood boarding goes from there.
That's so exciting. I mean, one thing like being a freelancer, it's quite risky, right? And it's
Right.
quite a lot of stress, I imagine, to, know that you're going to find work or trying to find work. How do you deal with that, like the uncertainty?
Um, In the beginning, like, to be very honest, when I just started, obviously I didn't have much work, and I would do myself to, I mean, I would do my best to put myself out there, try to network. I'd reach out to people on LinkedIn, via Instagram, and I was anxious, 100%.
Mm,
I very fortunately live with my partner, so he was able to help out with certain like financial burdens, obviously.
yeah,
So I was very fortunate in that sense. But yes, I was anxious in the beginning.
yeah,
But now that I have a solid clientele, I have recurring clients and I have consistent work every single month. Um,
nice.
it's been a lot better. And I'm also trying to upskill myself all the time, learn new tech. Yeah. Yeah, but like to answer your question, yes. I think it's difficult to not be anxious in the beginning when you're not getting consistent work. But once you feel that like, oh, the consistency is there, I feel like it'll go away.
Yeah. But you've got to back yourself as well, right? Because if you don't, then no one else is going to. So there's almost that element.
Yeah, and I think I'm still learning how to really back myself in certain
Mm,
situations when it comes to clients, right? Something still I'm trying to work through because like I do
yeah.
think that I really suffer from crippling imposter syndrome. I even till this day I'm getting clients, I still feel like an imposter a lot of the times. So, yeah.
I think that is so common. It's come up in most episodes. Imposter syndrome. You know that. But yeah, back yourself, right? I think that's key. Why Vancouver? So you've recently gone back there, haven't you? You've moved back there after a long period in Japan. Why Vancouver?
Um, why Vancouver? Great question. Well, first of all, I'm Canadian. And then Vancouver because my partner and I think we're all about the slow life. Like we don't like the hustle
Mm,
and bustle. And when we were in Japan, we were living in Tokyo, so it's is exactly what we don't want.
yeah,
Um, and yeah, we love the slow life. We love being chill. And we're homebodies, I think, self-proclaimed homebodies. We really like to stay in. Obviously, the weather's really nice too. Like during summer, we do enjoy going out. Um,
yeah.
but we're not like about the nightlife. We're not the most extroverted people ever. So we like to stay in our cozy little home and like just like watch anime and chill. So we figured Vancouver would be a great place to do that. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, it's mainly like just the vibes and like weather's nice. There's greenery everywhere.
Yeah.
And the diversity too. I really like how Vancouver it's super diverse. And it's easy for him to, I guess, like adapt and be
Yeah.
accustomed to the culture here compared to like if we move somewhere else.
Yeah, for sure. I think that was the thing that so obviously you know that Oscar and I we had our honeymoon in Vancouver and I fell in love. Like I can't wait to come back.
Move here.
Uh yes, well, you know, this is the debate. We want to move to Canada. It's whether it's Toronto or Vancouver. I'm more Vancouver, he's more Toronto. So we're really
Yeah.
I know we're trying to work it out.
Okay.
But yeah, I think it's the community, right? Everyone talks about community in Canada in general, like it's friendly, it's slow way of life, like, and I really did notice that both times in Canada. So
Right, right.
um I can see why. And actually, just thinking about it, we saw each other also in Tokyo, didn't we?
We did.
So you
Yeah,
and I,
we
we've seen each other in a lot of countries.
yeah, we did.
I love that. I love that. So you've talked a little bit about Canada, about Japan, but you also spent a massive number of years like in Hong Kong, right? And that's where you met Oscar.
Yeah.
So how, you know, you've had a really varied upbringing, I suppose. Like, what are the differences between these different places? And is Canada the place that you feel more you now?
That's a great question because like I feel like I've had a couple of people ask me this before, like where my like true identity lies or like, oh, let's say like if there's like a World Cup, right? Like which country would I support?
Mm,
Like that, right? Um, I don't know. Like I feel like I've lived in so many different countries at this point. I've also spent like a good amount of well, a good period of time in Korea, on and off in general. So great question. I I feel like I'm a true international citizen, if that makes sense. Like I don't really
yes.
feel inclined to any of the cultures or countries. And I see the good and bad in every single country and their culture.
Yeah.
Um, and that's how I feel. Like, is Canada gonna be my forever home? I don't know. Like, I feel like
Oh,
I the thing is, my partner and I, we really wanna move to Hawaii if possible, just because chill, right? So chill, and the weather's so nice,
it's
and
so you.
right, the food is great, coffee's great, right?
Yeah.
They have like avocados, so Hawaii is the place to go, and that's on our bucket list. But before that, will it be Canada? Maybe. But like,
Yeah.
because my partner's Japanese, so like if we do have kids, we don't know if we're gonna have kids, but let's say we do, right? We do want our kids to experience um Japanese culture if possible. So if
Yeah.
we have kids, then yeah, maybe we'll also spend some time in Japan again in the future. So we're not sure. Yeah, but you probably understand, right? With Oscar too. Like if you guys are gonna have kids, like
Yes.
different
I
story.
am desperate to get to Hong Kong for at
Yeah,
least a year. He's less keen.
yeah.
But
Same. So
yeah.
yeah.
Well, let's talk about Hong Kong because that's where your parents are, your siblings are there,
Mhm.
right? Your sister's there.
Yeah.
Um, do you miss certain aspects of Hong Kong? Because it, for me, visiting Hong Kong, Japan, Korea,
Mhm.
Canada, they're all so different. But Hong Kong's really the one that feels alive all the time.
Do I miss certain parts of Hong Kong? I miss my family. Um, I don't really have friends in Hong Kong. Like, I view me, right? That's about it. Like, I've made some new friends recently, but in general, I don't really have a community in Hong Kong besides my family. So, um, yeah, like nothing really.
Is that because people have moved away, or is it because you've changed and grown up, and or is it because you've also spent you've moved on quite regularly, like to different places? Do you think? So you have your core, and that's
Yeah, I think it's a bit of everything, and yeah, people have moved away definitely. Because like even before I left Hong Kong, like Oscar, Yumi, Eunice, they were like, right, we're besties, and then Since Oscar and Eunice, they've left. Everybody else, a lot of people I think that I had ties with in Hong Kong were just acquaintances to a certain extent.
Yeah.
Um, and they would not be a huge reason for me to move back. Yeah, and like I feel like I've spent so much of my teenage years away from my family that I have become very independent and I do not need to be around them 24/7. Um,
Yeah.
and my family's also, I have tired parents. I think I'm not sure if they're ever going to listen to this podcast, but I'm going to put it out there
I
right now. Tired parents, at least to me. So, um, and I think generally my mental health is a lot better when I do not live within their proximity. So there's that.
Yeah.
So
You're
like
quite an independent, you're quite a strong, like independent person. I get the sense of that, and I'm very similar, I think.
yeah, Tauruses. Um,
Yes.
yeah, and
There we are.
yeah. Are there things I miss about Hong Kong? Like there are foods that I enjoy and miss about from Hong Kong.
What about your sister? Because you two, you seem to have still such a strong bond,
We
even
do.
though you're so far apart.
Yeah, we call each other very often, and I do miss my
Yeah.
sibling. I would love to be like be closer in distance with my siblings. I do miss them. Yeah, and like they do think about. Well, my sister has been talking about this forever, but like she is interested in like working elsewhere. It's just that she is not the most like risk-taking person ever. So like she has her reserves and she hasn't made the move yet.
All in good time, maybe. So what's next? Like, what's the long term goal? Is it design? Is it to stick with that? Obviously, the future of tech is changing, AI, like all these things. Like, is that coming into your kind of sphere as well?
Yeah, 100%. I've had clients who has asked me if I could do AI stuff and like I'm learning. Not the
Yeah,
biggest fan. Um and there's still I think so many limitations when it comes to AI generated art and videos. I do see how AI can really assist and make the entire design process a lot faster. I do use AI in my design processes, but not to the extent where I generate things out of from nothing, right? And will it be design forever? Maybe. Like I enjoy my work. Um, it's just that I don't know because like I feel like I cannot take on all the projects. Like I cannot I have limitations when it comes to my time, right? So
yeah.
I'll either have to outsource at some point, start an agency, I don't know. I also am interested in like making videos and not to be an influencer, but like to promote my own business and see where that takes me. So that's something I do plan on doing. Yeah.
Do you know it's so hard? And I was talking to Oscar about your sister because, and hopefully she's listening to this. I'm sure she will be. Um, her online presence is insane, and I'm like, I feel like it's such an old man because I'm trying to do these reels for Instagram and TikTok.
Yeah.
I'm like, how do I even do them? And yeah, she's like some amazing videos in between a full-time job and life and just everything else that she's doing. I don't get it.
She she's crazy, honestly, but then to be honest, because she lives at home, I think that really helps, right? Like
Yeah.
she doesn't really have to cook, right? She doesn't have to go shopping. So I think that saves her a lot of time. Um, but you know what? Props to her, like, cause like she does work very hard and she edits whenever she's free. And her job is like quite demanding as well.
Yeah.
I would say, like, at least in Canadian standards, it's pretty freaking demanding. Her
Really.
hours sometimes, yeah. So, yeah, but like she just does it. You should get her on
Yeah.
the podcast. I feel like
I,
she'll
I I'm
you have very
trying.
good taste. Yeah.
This is the official plea.
Yeah.
No, but so is that something that you want to do as well? Like that type of influence, show off your business, trying to really drive the online presence for for your business?
I think so. Um,
Yeah.
I think so because like my sister's like kind of popping off, right? So I,
She needs to
I
give you a hand.
she should, yeah. And the thing is like I am not the biggest fan of like being in front of a camera. Like I would rather not film my life personally.
Yeah.
But I do see how like getting in front of the camera and sharing your story
Mhm.
can be hugely successful.
I think it's a hard balance, isn't it, between trying to drive your own business, which is media, marketing, branding. They want to see the face, and trying to have some private time. And you've already said that you're an introvert. So
Yeah.
how does that work? Like, do you,
I don't know how it's gonna work. Like we've tried YouTube before and
yes, you did. Yeah.
yeah, it was fun, but at the same time it was also very like physically taxing. Like definitely like we were tired. Like we were really exhausted
Yeah.
every single time after filming. The editing part was like actually a lot easier. Um
Really?
yeah. It's like I don't have to talk in front of the camera. Um but then I don't know, like maybe it would be different if I do reels because they're so short. Uh,
Yeah.
our YouTube videos were way longer and we would do like vlogs all the time. So maybe if they're not
Yeah.
vlogs, like it'd be easier if I just like sit down and like do like a 10-second video about what I do, I'm guessing.
Interesting. Yeah,
Yeah.
there you are. You can do it. Start small.
Start small. You're right.
So, day to day, what does your life in Vancouver look like? Does it involve coffee?
Yeah, I have, you can't really see, but Americano right here. Um,
Nice. Perfect.
Coffee every single morning. Day to day, we wake up pretty early. We've been trying to sleep early and wake up early. My my fitness game hasn't been that strong recently because work got busy. But like if we could, we'll like take a walk in the morning
Yeah.
and then we'll get up and then probably at around 7-ish, 7:30, we'll be up. And then what else? What do we
Super
do?
early.
Yeah, pretty early. And then we have breakfast. And then Shota, my partner, he starts work at 9 usually. So we'll have like an hour-ish of free time before that. He'll chill on his own. I'll eat breakfast in front of my desk usually and like get my tasks sorted for the day. And then we get into work mode.
With
We work
coffee?
with coffee. Yep.
Black Americano, is that your go-to?
At home, yes. And then if I go out, I'll order like a soy latte or cappuccino. Something like
Nice.
that. Yeah.
Have you got any go-to coffee shops in Canada, or do you like local small independents?
Ooh. Yeah, I think there are a lot of local independent coffee shops here.
Yeah.
So we do go to those a lot. The chains here are pretty good too, actually. JJ Bean's pretty good here. Um, but yeah, we do head out sometimes, like when the weather is nice. Like when it's raining, no, we just stay at home.
We went to that really cute one, didn't we, in Vancouver? The where we sat in the
Sounds
corner and had the
so
breakfast.
nice. That's one of my
I love
favorite.
it.
The food is
What's
so
it called?
just another.
Yeah, I loved it. It was so nice.
So nice.
Good. So thinking about coffee, if you could have coffee with someone dead or alive, have you got anyone in mind? And why? And what would you talk to them about?
Whenever I hear this question on your podcast, I'm like, wow, that's such a deep question.
It's a deep question.
Now I have to answer it. Dead
You
or
knew it
alive?
was coming.
Yeah. No, not really. Maybe like my favorite like K-pop idol, just cause. Oh, actually, or maybe like the author of One Piece, cause like I want to know the ending, but I don't feel like he'd tell me. But maybe,
See,
yeah,
but
my favorite K-pop idol from 17, just cause.
from 17, what do you want to ask them?
Do you enjoy being an idol? Because sometimes I feel like he's not cut out for it. Like I love him because he's so real. Um, but yeah, like, does he enjoy it? What does his day-to-day life look like? What would he be doing if he's not an idol?
Yeah.
Fun. Yeah.
How can for me, I'm like, how can they really truly enjoy it? I mean, from what we know about idols, like they work hard. They don't stop.
They don't stop.
for
They don't have
years.
stops. Yeah, it's insane.
So you've done a lot in your short-ish life so far. You've moved to many
Okay, yeah.
different countries. Yeah, you've traveled all over. You did a speech at our wedding. Like you've done lots of things in your life. I'm gonna include that. What is one like big life lesson or bit of advice that you would love to share?
Live life with no regrets. Take
Yeah.
risks, which I guess, yeah, live life with no regrets. And have faith, I think. Like, I think my life really took a huge turn when I started having faith, like believing like the fact that there is a higher power, just like the fact that I can't control everything because I'm a perfectionist and low key a control freak. Um, so to
Same.
learn to yeah, and just have faith, believe that things will work out, and take risks. I think my life, again, also took a huge turn when I decided to quit my previous job, just take the risk to pursue what I'm doing now. And that took a lot of faith and like to just believe in myself that I could make it work.
Yeah, because it's a scary thing, right? Particularly quitting something that's paying a lot of money or paying your day-to-day life and your living to then something that is a big risk.
Yeah.
Um, Something that many people need to do more of, and kind of in a similar situation at the moment. It's like, ah, where do we go next? But yeah. Is there something you've had to unlearn about yourself on your journey? Something you've had to change or unlearn?
So many things. Like so
Hmm.
many things. I had to unlearn the risk taking bit, like to
Yeah.
just believe in myself and go. I had to unlearn that there's not only a single way of success, like success can look different to many people. And I feel like Oscar's also very inspiring in that sense, and you too, you know. Because
Oscar
like
for sure.
yeah, because when I think about like people around me, oh, who's living a life that I'm interested in, who's living a life that I think it's cool. Um,
Yeah.
there were honestly only so many people that I could think of because everybody I think sees success in a very linear way. And I think that's also a reason why we moved back to Vancouver because people here are more diverse. They do different
Mm.
things and it's not just people are not just doing the same thing because I feel like in Japan everybody's doing the same thing. So,
I think it's very similar in London as well. And I think, I mean, there is the thing of social media that's everywhere in the world, but I feel that there are pockets of people.
mhm,
This is just my view on, for example, all of Oscar's people from Hong Kong.
right.
Social media usage is so much less in the
Yeah.
sense of not everything's being posted, whereas in London, like everything's being posted, and it's almost quite hard to not get jealous or not envy someone's life,
Yeah.
and because everything's posted out there. But I do get the sense in Canada it's so much more chill and no one's really comparing, and you're on your own path.
Yeah, 100%. I feel like people here, like I feel like when I think about my friends in Canada, they are doing like people are doing more diverse jobs. Like I have friends that are tattoo artists. I have friends who's a hairstylist. And like I feel like in Asia especially, like these jobs wouldn't be ideal jobs, right? To a lot of parents at least. So, but
Yes.
they're doing great. Like they love what they're doing, my friends, and they make good money too from what they're doing. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I had to unlearn that really.
All right, it's time for the quick fire round.
I'm ready.
Good. What's the first thing you do in the morning?
I wake up and pee. Pee straight up. Pee.
Perfect. Honest. Love it.
Yeah.
um you This question, be honest, coffee or tea? What's your favorite? Do you ever
Coffee.
have tea?
I do have tea. I have tea every single night, like uncaffeinated tea, non-caffeinated tea, sorry, but coffee. Yeah. I do love my matcha too, but coffee.
Yeah. A guilty pleasure you'll never give up?
Margarita pizza. Or honestly, just lying on my sofa and like freaking watching anime nonstop for the entire day. Guilty pleasure.
Yes,
Yeah.
own it. Own it. I
Yeah.
love that. And yeah, we went for pizza, right?
Oh yeah, I love pizza. Like my death row meal, pizza.
Same as me. Same as me. Taurus. There we are.
Oh
Uh,
yeah.
so you've traveled a lot. You've been to a lot of places. But what's your favorite place that you visited and why?
That's so difficult. I feel like there's still so many places I haven't been though. But out of all the places I've been to, as a travel spot, like a short term, oh, like a week kind of place, Japan. Love Japan.
Really?
Even now, like, yeah, work freaking sucked, but I would still go there, like, anytime. It's like it's just amazing when you're not working there. And also, yeah, like I think Scandinavian countries in general, they were really nice. Like, but I feel like it's more of like a long term, at least 2 weeks type of place.
Really?
Like, you really get to experience their culture. I feel like that's
Yeah.
where it really lies in. Yeah.
Days off. Favorite way to spend your day off?
Honestly,
Do
just
you
go
give
to.
yourself? Do you give yourself a set day off?
I try to. But now that I'm having like a lot more work, it's been difficult. But if I do have a day off, I honestly just love either going to a cafe, um, chilling there, getting a nice sandwich, and then usually I have to run errands, so I'll run errands. And if time allows, like maybe go to a park and just chill there, lie there on the grass and like chill. Yeah.
Sounds ideal. I
Yeah.
love that. If you could time travel, would you go forwards or backwards? Or stay where you are?
Forward, I think forward. I think
To
I'm just
when?
impatient, so I want to know what's in store for me in the future. When? I don't know. Like maybe like I feel like 2, 3 years later is fine. Like it doesn't have to be that far. I feel like if it's too far, it'll be boring. You know?
Yeah. There's too much to cover as well. Yeah. Yeah. Um, what's the weirdest thing you've Googled recently? Or I say Googled, but I should really open this out now to searched on the internet or AI or whatever.
I searched about like penguin teeth like the other day because I saw this photo of on Instagram of like this penguin with like its mouth opened and then like
Oh
apparently
my
they
God.
have, like a lot of teeth in their mouth, like a lot. Like imagine like where our tongue sits, but it's all just like teeth. Yeah.
Because penguins are quite cute, but now
They
that I
are.
think about teeth, no, I don't like it.
I didn't like it. It was a bit scarring.
Great answer. I love it. And finally, what is a small amount of joy that you've experienced recently?
Just great weather. Like when I wake up and the sun is up and it's beautiful. Like I'm very fortunate that our room catches a lot of sunlight, so when I wake up and the weather's just nice, it's like a huge instant mood booster. Like I wake up, I'm just happy. Yeah.
I love it. I love it. Carolyn, thank you so much for coming to have a chat with me today. Thinking about your business, whatever you do next, where can people connect with you and yeah, maybe get some work from you or, you know, work with you and find out what you do.
My website is URL is designed by Carolyn and Insta is designed by Carolyn.
Love
Yeah.
that. We'll tag you in the episode description as well so people can find you straight away. But Carolyn, thank you so much for
Thank you so
coming to
much
chat.
for having me.
Thank you. See you soon.
See you.
Thank you so much for tuning in to ChatterBeans. I hope you enjoyed today's conversation. If you liked this episode, don't forget to subscribe and leave a review. And for more behind-the-scenes moments, guest updates, and a peek into the world of ChatterBeans, follow us on Instagram at chatter.beans. Until next time, grab a coffee, sit back, and let's keep chatting.